Top.
I respect it. 3, 2, 1. Top Hill episode
137.
Let's go.
Yes.
Welcome to another episode of the Top Hill Podcast. I'm your boy, Mr. Top Hill Pod, aka E Money Boss.
And I'm your girl Jamila with her own boss.
And guys, your eyes are not deceiving you.
We are here early, guys. Yeah. Oh my God, you don't know how excited I am. Like, I have a little bit more energy than I typically would at 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Right. So it's we decided that we are going to start coming in here a little bit earlier for you guys because you guys are really rocking with us like at the late night, you know what I mean? So we just want to go ahead and, come in here a little bit earlier. I know it's like 11 p.m. in West Africa right now. So, I mean, it's still late, but it's a lot earlier than what we normally do.
Reasonable time, you know. Shout out to my boo, just in case he's watching. Like, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for making it happen, Cat.
All right, and shout out to all my...
You must know they not on here.
Yeah.
You can almost guarantee that they not on here. Because you would have not did that. That is not a good move. Because if I was one of your children, like, you gotta be fun. I would call you right now. Send a text, bitch, you better answer.
Well, you know who I'm talking about. You already know. Today we got a very special guest in the building. Can't wait to bring this gentleman on. This has been some time in the making, you know what I mean? We've been talking for a while, so it's gonna be good to have this brother on. So without further ado, we got our man Bucky Malone in the building. Let's go! What's going on, man?
Welcome.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Sorry, man. I know it's like a little bit of a maze to get in here. What's going on, man? How you feeling?
Purple mic, I like that.
You like it? Fit the swag, man? Okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. Great, man. Great to be here, man. We appreciate you for pulling up on us, man.
Nah, man. Appreciate y'all for having me, man.
I know you had to make a little trip down here, you know what I mean? Like, your flight was good, you know what I mean?
Basically,
yeah. They give you any
smooth,
snacks from there?
No turbulence. No turbulence.
All right, bet.
I used to live around here, though. I used to
live,
for real? Yeah, for a little bit. I lived in Brandywine for a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm familiar with this area.
Got you. Familiar with that traffic, man. Especially
Yeah. I took my ass right back to Virginia, boy.
Yeah.
I thought I was out the way. This is really out the way.
Yeah, we already know how it is when you come down to Wakanda, man. You know But, man, so Bucky Malone, tell the people who is Bucky Malone, man, and why should they be interested in you, and what do you bring to the people, man? What do you do?
Bucky Malone, he's a artist, visionary, a leader. I don't want to be like, I make hip-hop music. I am hip-hop, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, this is a lifestyle that I feel like I've been indulged in since a kid, you know what I'm saying? I've always been into rap and just music, period. So I've been an artist since I was like a kid, pretty much. So,
for real?
Yeah.
And when you say artist, other types of arts as well outside of music?
I mean, back then I was just strictly music, but now, I dibble and dabble, do other stuff. You know
like what?
Graphic design, stuff like that.
Yes,
like art.
Us.
Like, you can say like clothing design, stuff like that.
Okay.
A little bit of that.
Okay. What made you want to get into music? I know you said you started when you was young. Was there a certain artist, a certain moment in time that made you feel like, music, this is kind of something I want to start doing?
Honestly, just my love for music, for real. Just growing up in a house, you know what I'm saying, all day, every day, music playing, whether it be oldies or hip-hop or R&B at that time. 90s, there was a lot of good R&B out at the time.
Okay.
Like, just me loving music, for real, bro. Like, living in a house with my mom, my grandmother, like, they was, like, music hoarders. Like, all they had, they had vinyls from way back in the day. They had, like, all the CDs that was coming out. So just being a youngin' around that, you know what I'm saying, it was just always music playing. So I always knew, like, I was gonna be making music. I just ain't really know my entryway into it around that time.
Got you.
At what age did you start?
I say I put out my first song when I was like 14. You know what I'm saying? I was dibbling and dabbling a little bit before that, but like my first actual song, like 14. Then like after recording a bunch of songs, and I was really going through the motion evolving and shit, learning. You know what I'm saying? That was like the early beginning stage. So after like a couple years, I put out like my first mixtape probably when I was like 15, 16.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like 16. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I feel like I just seen
He might be coming. I told him pull up.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, I think I just seen him.
Shout out my nigga Thorn.
Yeah, shout out Thorn, man.
Yeah.
You want to go open the door?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm not gonna flash out this. Okay.
Oh, right. I'm sure they don't mind. So where did you grow up, man? What was your upbringing like? Like what for our people, like, you know, we have a really strong international audience and everything like that. So they may not understand the language and the lingo and stuff like that. Nah, for
sure.
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Northern Virginia. To be specific, I was born in Arlington Hospital. Okay. But like I ain't really live in Arlington too long. Like I moved to Alexandria for a little bit. Then from there, I was in Bailey's Crossroads for about like 10 years, 11 years. Mm-hmm. And then transported from Bailey's Crossroads to Manassas, Prince William County. Okay. And I was just out there for the remainder of like, you know, like middle school, high school and shit like that.
Got you.
But that whole time I was kind of like living in Maryland too, because I was going back and forth. Like my pops was in Maryland, so I would be back and forth. Like school during the week, VA, weekends, I'm in Maryland with my pops. So it was like, at first I kind of wasn't really, I was hanging out with like the kids in my first neighborhood, like when I was in Bailey's Crossroads, but when I moved to like Prince William County, at first I ain't really know nobody like that. I was like spending more time in my old neighborhood in Maryland. But then like after a while, you know how it is when they find out like you going to school like somewhere else and your address somewhere else, they like, oh yeah, you got to transfer. So like I was still going to like Fairfax County schools and shit at the time. Okay. They found out I moved, so they just was like, yeah, you know, give you a little time to get your affairs in order, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
Virginia will play that.
Yeah, you feel me? So I ended up transferring to like Prince William County schools, and that's when I started like hanging out in Manassas and shit like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. And what part of Maryland was your pops in?
Shit, at first we was in Seat Pleasant.
Okay.
We was staying in Central Park. Like that was like my childhood house. You know what I'm saying? Like we was staying right in Central Park. I could show y'all the house to this day. Like we was like right in the bottom. We was right next to Central Gardens and shit. So like
I know your weekends were probably lit. You probably like.
I mean, to tell you the truth, being that age, we wasn't really allowed to go outside. Like we could go to our friend's house, but like shit was kind of crazy over there at that time. So I ain't gonna care. We wasn't really outside like that. Like we would go across the street, play, you know what I'm saying, play with our neighbors or something. But at that time, you know what I'm saying, shit was kind of crazy. Then we moved like to Walker Mill. We was in Walker Mill for a little bit. We was out New Carrollton / like Riverdale area type shit for a little bit. So all over Maryland for real too.
Right. Okay. How would you best describe your music style, man? Like if you had to, you know, put it in a couple of words, how would you describe your style of music?
It's like it's golden age inspired, but driven by the future, to say the least. Because I don't feel like I'm on some like, even though like a lot of the shit I listen to is super hip hop shit. Mm-hmm. Super hip hop heads may not get that vibe from listening to me, and that's only because I always like to just do my own thing and just be as original as possible. But it still kind of is derived from, you know what I'm saying, like 90s hip hop and like shit before me.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the old heads, they don't realize that like we really be listening and studying to them. Sure. You know what I mean? Like we may be looking at like people like Uzi and Cardi, like some of these younger heads and stuff like that, but like they really are like fans of.
Yeah, I like all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I might put on some Raekwon right after I listen to some Playboy Cardi. Like that's the type of cat I am. Like I mix and match all that shit. I listen to everything. So nowadays I probably listen to R&B more than I listen to rap, to be honest with you.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that way. I'm not going.
But I like how you said that, you know, people who are listening to hip hop and stuff like that, when they hear you, they're not going to feel like, you know, they're listening to somebody else, because I feel like that's the way to make it, honestly. Like if you sound like the next person, it's not gonna work.
Nah, for sure.
So you said you started releasing your music like when you was 14. When do you feel like you actually started attracting somewhat of a buzz and people started knowing you for making music?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like since the very beginning, I know at least my community, like in Manassas and shit. Like when I was in high school, because I was playing like football and shit at that time too. So I'm balancing high school football, but like the niggas who really know me know I rap too. So like I used to like slide niggas little burnt CDs, like, yeah, peep that, ooh, shit like that. So, like, even in high school, I was, like, putting niggas on game, like, yeah, I rap, ooh. I've been playing the C's early. But I think senior year in high school, I just had an epiphany. Like, I was playing football. We had, like, a whole new coaching staff. They was some shit. And, like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of my niggas was really nice with the ball shit. I was all right. Like, I was good. I could have played college ball, but I wasn't. My heart wasn't in it. So, as I'm watching them go further into their little journey, I was kind of getting further away from it. Like, I was kind of like drifting more into the music. So, like, my senior year, I kind of was like hung the cleats up, was going to the studio damn near every day, and niggas was like, it was some niggas kind of looking at me like, are you rapping? But then it was a lot of people still kind of supportive, like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna cap, it was people supporting since day one. But I think like once I was around like 16, 17, that's when they was like, yo, this nigga get nice, like, you know what I mean? And then as soon as I turned, I was working on it when I was 17, but as soon as I turned 18, I dropped my mixtape Life pretty much. Okay. And that shit kind of like changed everything. People was like, oh nah, he's a rapper. Like, niggas was like really taking it serious at that point.
Gotcha. What would you say is your most proud project, the project you made that you're the most proud of right now?
I don't know. They are my babies. Yeah. To be honest with you, they are my babies. I got like 37 projects up to date. Wow. Shit, like, I might be off a couple. I might have more, but something like that in that range from 2009 till now. Something like that. Yeah. That's not even counting like compilation shit I done been on and all of that. That's just my shit. Okay. So it's hard when you put it like that. It's hard. It's like I got like 5 that I gotta say almost instead of 1. Like, okay.
What are those 5? Because, you know, our people might just want to go ahead and take a listen.
Oh, nah, for sure. I'm gonna keep it recent. I'm gonna say this new tape I got out right now, the Polos and 40 Belows. It's a joint mixtape with Wi-Fi God. He produced the whole tape. It's some co-production on there from Loco Los as well. Shout out Loco Los. Okay. But I'm proud of that shit just because of how organic it came about. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I did the artwork to it. Okay. Designed the merch that's about to come out to it. Yeah. And just like, I don't want to say like I haven't been promoting the project and nothing, because we definitely have, but it seemed like since we dropped it, it's been on. Like, it's been getting a real organic reception. So I'm like, I ain't surprised, but at the same time, it's always good to see. So yeah, that one, I got a project called Don't Stress, and that's like probably my only R&B project to this day. But like, I was really proud of that because I kind of me and my boy Chad Genius, we like did some different shit from what I was doing at the time, and people like started to find out I could sing a little bit, so it was like, you know, I got a kick out of that. People seeing me do different shit.
It's a good bag to get into, that melodic.
Yeah. I mean, I plan on doing a lot more shit like that. I mean, I got splashes of it on my projects, but it's like I plan on dropping a full R&B project again someday. But it's like you got to be in a certain element to do that sometimes. So I've been more on my rap shit. You know what I mean, but the Purple album, I just dropped that last year. I put a lot of work. I think that was out of all my projects, I put a lot of time and like emotion and just, I really like, I'm like an energizer bunny. Like, once you get me started, it's hard to turn me off. Like, sometimes I be avoiding the studio because it's like, once I get in that bitch, it's like, I ain't gonna want to leave kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? So with this particular project, for me, it wasn't like, oh, let me just throw this out, because I done showed everybody I can drop like 20 tapes in a year or some crazy stuff like that. That is
crazy, because it's even, I'm still stuck on 37, possibly give or take some more.
I had to slow down. It would have been more than that. I really slowed myself. I say around like 2015, 2016. Like, I had, at the time, management and shit was like, yo, you need to like slow down a little bit. Like, let them digest. I guess because people just felt like, my team felt like, yo, relax, let them digest what you got out for a little bit, then hit them with it. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was damn near dropping like 4 tapes a year, easy.
That's good. I feel like that's key. I was just getting ready to ask you.
That's what everybody doing now.
So many, like, making so much music. Have you been consistent the whole time, or have you taken any breaks?
Nah, I ain't taking no breaks. Since 2009, I've dropped a project. I think 2021 was the only year I didn't drop a full-length project. I still dropped the EP that year. 4-pack with my boy Ronan. That shit was hard, everything. But
you think that was due to the pandemic, or you had?
Nah, it was because I was working on the Purple album to keep the trail. Because I was just like so zoned in, and I was just like, I feel like me being in this shit so young, this shit was always a rush. I would get in the studio, record like 20 songs off back, and then just drop them shits. Me being older, I'm like, let me sit down and actually do a whole bunch of shit and really pick from shit and like take my time.
Cohesive project.
Yeah, you know, let me take my time with it instead of just feeling like, cause I never had like I got my own studio set up and shit now. Like coming up, as much music I was dropping, I never had my own studio. I was going to other niggas' studios and shit. So for me, it was like always like fuck that. I gotta do as much as I can while I'm in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So
that could get expensive.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that shit would turn into me having a whole bunch of songs, me dropping a whole bunch of tapes. So with the Purple album, I really took my time with it. Like, not because I felt like, it wasn't sounding right. It just was like, I want to make sure everything is right. The marketing, the merch, the rollout. You know what I'm saying? Everything. So Purple album, the Pink album, which was before that, 2017, that had my single Wish List. It had a single called Mission on it. That was another project that I feel like people still be like, yeah, that was one of them ones. Like, but we ain't got to ramble on. I got a lot of music, but those is like some of my favorite ones.
With all the songs that you do have, like, because that's a lot of projects, it's a lot of songs. How are you making visuals for a lot of these projects too?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I ain't gonna front, like, I had to get into the groove of that because early in my career, like I said, I've been rapping for so long, so I would like to consider like my breakout year was during like the blog era in like 2011. So at that time, if you remember, visuals motherfuckers wasn't really dropping that many visuals. If anything, it was like
just starting to come back.
It was like vlogs and in studio performance shits, but it wasn't too many like videos out. You know what I'm saying? But like as time went on, you know what I mean, the visuals, people start, you know, it became more visual, World Star, and then YouTube started getting more lit. And then it was just like I had to catch up with the times. But one thing about me just growing up and watching like these nostalgic music videos, they always seem to have like a big budget or just a bunch of crazy shit going on, just high production. So I always wanted my videos to match that vibe. Like Ludacris is like one of my favorite artists. Mm-hmm. So he's somebody who I would see his videos or even a Redman and be like, yo, this shit funny or it's creative. I want to do something like that. So for a while, I kind of refused to do a video because I was like, I want my shit to be hard. I'm not trying to just 30 people, that's what everybody's doing. I don't want to do that. So early on, that was really the struggle. Like me just like, nah, like y'all not bringing my vision out kind of thing. But then I just started getting with different videographers that were allowing me to actually come to them with my own vision and treatments. And from there, I just started directing my own videos and shit. And that's when I started producing more videos and put more videos out. I think since the pandemic, I've released more videos like in my whole career. Like since 2020, I probably dropped like 20 music videos.
Wow. How has the pandemic affected your artistry? Did it?
No. It kind of motivated me a little bit. It kind of made me feel. I've always been that type of person. Like everybody going right, I go left. So when shit was getting shut down and locked down, for me it was kind of like, hold up, y'all not finna tell me what the fuck to do. I'm still gonna do what I got. I'm still gonna put music out. I don't give a fuck who may not catch on right now. They're gonna catch on later. Like I'm not gonna wait around till somebody give me the okay. Like we don't got that much time for that. That's how I personally feel. So
I agree. I did the same thing.
I was just in a space where I already had my plans before everything happened. So when things started going the way they went, I was just like, am I supposed to just shut down? Nah. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, y'all can do what y'all want to do, but I'm gonna stay focused, keep my head down, keep working. And that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? I think 2020 I dropped like 4 projects. And that was the first time I had did that since I like started to slow down. So like for me personally, that was kind of like my message to the people. Like, yeah, y'all about to, the old me is back. Like how I was flooding y'all before, that's what y'all finna get.
Okay. So I know you said you have to like start catching up with the times and stuff like that. So right now, of course, we're in the wave of a lot of short form video content, TikTok and Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts and stuff like that. Are you kind of one, are you aware of this trend going on, and 2, are you trying to like actually acclimate your music style to fit that format, or are you saying you're going, if they're going left, you're going right? Which way you going?
I'm definitely aware of what's going on. You know, the game always shifts and kind of go in a different direction after a while. So I've been aware, and like even before it got hot, I seen it swaying in a direction. And I was kind of like, damn, like I hope it don't get. But now it's lit. It's like the new thing. And you know, I don't really say I try to conform or make music for that like audience or crowd, like I'm always just continue to do me, but I still try to just bring it to those platforms and just translate it all across the board.
Right.
You know, just bringing me to this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I respect that. Like, you don't have to like completely like rebel.
Yeah, like I'm seeing
know?
niggas making little dances and shit. Like I ain't finna do all that. Like even if I do got my own dance, I do in real life. Like I ain't finna do that for TikTok views and nothing like that. But I ain't against posting some music or some clips on TikTok. I ain't whoever doing it, they should keep doing it. But it's just like me being me. It's like
it's not for everybody.
Yeah, it ain't
it's about
really
being
my
organic.
thing. I ain't trying to sound like I'm too cool, but nah.
I don't. It's not that, because I feel the same exact way, and people will try to make it seem like you too cool, but if it's not you, it's just not you.
Yeah, like
better than you do it and then looking goofy.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like, even when Vine was lit, I used to watch Vines and laugh at them and shit. But nigga, I wasn't trying to like be funny and make Vines and shit like that. Like nah.
I can't believe they got Vine up out of here.
Yeah, that shit fucked up. They
that
took the whole formula.
Went like it was nothing.
Yeah.
TikTok is Vine. They just took the whole shit. It just you know what I'm saying? It's more music driven now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. People are really like blowing up off of just TikTok, man. Like it goes to show you like you could have like a 15, 30 second like just hot clip, and now.
Yeah,
like
I mean, I ain't mad at it at all because it's a lot of kids and people out there that wasn't getting no shot before that shit. So I ain't mad at it. It definitely kicked down the door for a lot of people. It made shit easier even for people like me. I don't even use it like that, but the fact that I know I can use it and it might make a few things easier, shit, salute to that.
Yeah. And then I don't know if you guys heard, but you know they're trying to get TikTok up out of here.
They cannot stand it.
I knew that was happening though, cause you know I ain't trying to get on my conspiracy brother shit, but I used to always see.
It's a safe space.
I used to always see that shit like, oh, it's like they stealing y'all private information on there and shit like that. I was seeing that shit like in 2020, so I was just like, and that was kind of another thing like that had me like, like damn, should I be that heavy on this shit like that if it's really like that, like.
Yeah, they know what you want to look at because they are in your phone. They know what you're looking at. They know what you're searching. They know exactly when you come on that platform what to show you and everything like that. It's like, yeah, it's getting really really crazy. But I heard like I think Montana's like the first state to like actually ban it.
That is crazy.
The Florida's all like most of their schools like all banned it from the campuses and stuff like that.
That's crazy. I almost said some wild shit. I had to control myself.
No, you just
media
training.
training.
You say some wild shit here. It's all good. You know what I mean? It's all through podcast.
It's all good, man.
You know what I think is strange? Just because I see like all these new AI programs and stuff like that that's coming out, like people are really putting like their whole selves, voices, faces, everything, like just exposing themselves like so much, and they just keep making more AI technology to recreate
that shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's getting faster and faster. Have you guys heard the Rihanna AI or like?
Yes.
Yeah, motherfuckers is saying she sound better singing
other people's
shit.
No,
I was like, that's funny.
I ain't gonna hold you. I need that Rihanna AI cover out.
Yeah, that shit is hard. I like how I ain't gonna front like from a technology side, nerd side of shit. That shit is cool.
It's cool.
But when you really look at the from a bird eye view, it's like this shit can fuck everything up.
Yeah, it can. We are slowly taking the humanity out of a lot of the art.
Right. Not even just the art. Like imagine that if you can make a motherfucker sound like somebody else. You know how many scamming is already motherfuckers already getting clicked out this bitch.
That's
you already know the scamming is about to be. You gonna think Barack called your phone, nigga really believe in that shit.
That is so crazy.
Like, oh shit.
Cause I seen they do the way that they did like the whole Rihanna thing. They have the AI program called AI Resemble. So basically, you can upload some words into your voice or whatever the case may be, or whomever's voice, and then you can get it to say whatever you want it to say. So the way that the scammers are doing it, they are using your friends and family members, like searching you up, finding who's your mom and stuff like that, finding videos of them online, uploading it into the AI program, and now calling your phone saying that I'm stuck at the airport or I'm locked up or whatever the case may be, and I need this information or this amount of money sent here with your actual voice.
That's crazy.
Yo.
I feel like, while we were here, y'all need to make up a family code word, something, just in case you get a call like that, so that you can really identify who is who.
That's crazy.
For real though. Like,
that's
that
a
shit
fact.
is wild.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. Yeah, this world, it's crazy because it's like all happening at the same time. You got the deep fake videos that's coming out. Like Kendrick kind of put that bug in my ear when he did that with the the Nipsey tribute and Kobe tribute.
Nah,
So if you can like create a video with anybody's face and now have your voice doing anybody's voice, like
what about the police in the criminal justice system?
you feel me?
Yeah.
Anything can happen now. It's like shit is crazy. I seen a video with I don't know if it's new or old. It was like Black Eyed Peas in the studio, like will.i.am, and he was like it might be old because he was like showing them like, yo, check this shit out. It's this new AI I've been using, and like he showed them. He was like, we can literally not even. We don't even have to go in the booth. We can just say it out here, and it's gonna.
That's lit.
And then like Fergie was pissed off, like, no, I'm not doing that shit. Like, I'm gonna go record regularly. Like, what are you talking about, Will? And Will's like, you guys, y'all scared of the future. And it's like, I don't know when that video came.
With that shit.
I don't know when that video came out. That shit probably came out like 2004 or some shit.
Right.
Wow.
But now when you look, it's like shit crazy.
Everybody's on it.
But I imagine that people who are into technology and that are using all these technological tools and stuff like that in the studio and stuff like that, it wouldn't have been hard to create anyway. Like,
right. Nah, niggas been using that shit, but it's like now, it's like the mass public is hip now, and they might start really putting it out there and pushing it as a product. You know what I mean?
And we know, like, whenever we advance as technology, it just goes faster. So now with this kind of technology and capabilities, what are we gonna do next? What are we gonna do next with it? Where it's gonna take us to? We saw what just Google has done for a lot of people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, at one point we used to have to go walk to the libraries and get information and stuff like that. Now,
and I remember them days.
Yeah, man. Like, I tell people all the time, like, we're really the last generation of.
Right. Like, I got a small, even though I'm, I be talking like I'm old here. I ain't that old. But, like, I got a small, I got memories from them type of days when niggas was doing that, like, but it was a quick switch, like, and it just was like, oh, shit, it's lit. Right. But it was just like, I miss that shit too, though, like, how shit used to be, though.
Yeah, it's just like, you gotta appreciate it, because, like, those times will never happen again.
Nah, never again.
Not MySpace, Facebook, and
Nope. I mean, MySpace still around, but it's just not the same shit,
But yeah, we went down a real big conspiracy rabbit hole, man. But we want to get back to you and your music stuff, man. So, for you and your career now, where do you see yourself? Like, what accolade or maybe a feature from somebody? Like, what would you be considered like your?
I don't want to work with none of these niggas.
Hey, hold on. Oh. Oh damn! My gun jammed. My bad.
I'm fucking with y'all, man. Y'all wasn't ready for that, huh? Nah, but not real shit, man. Like I said, bro. Like, I really came up like it's the OGs that really made me want to do this shit. Like, when I look around me, it's some people out there that I'm like, yo, they doing dope shit, but like, I don't feel like nobody fucking with me, man. Like, real shit.
You like J. Cole shit.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to work with him?
He said no features.
I would work with J. Cole just because I remember being a 10th grader bumping the warm up. Like, who the fuck is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's certain cats that you always got, tilt your head to and shit like that. Like, but I don't know. I feel like it's like like the people I want to work with are like veterans now, damn near. Even J. Cole's a veteran. He's not no new guy no more. He's a vet. Like, niggas gotta put respect
Still keeping fresh though.
It's like because he's so raw.
He's
never fell off. You got like his consistency is crazy. So it's like every time you coming at niggas is almost with a new vibe. So it probably do feel like you're a new artist. But niggas got I've been bumping J. Cole since fucking 2008. So like I remember I still got the 2010 freshman cover from 2010, I still got that at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I was bumping everybody, aside from a few I may not have knew about, but I was bumping Wiz heavy. I was bumping Big Sean heavy. You know what I'm saying? I was bumping Nipsey. Like, I was really bumping Nipsey heavy before it was popular. I was fucking with Nip. So, like, yeah. Like if anything, those are cats I would, like, if anything, besides OGs, everybody that's left on that 2010 cover, that's who I want to work with.
Okay.
To keep it trail, Wiz, the Freddie Gibbs, the Big Sean's, like them type niggas, J. Cole's.
I feel you. So you saying like that generation that was like the golden era, or like
that was like the next up. Like the golden era to me is like Wu-Tang and the niggas, you know what I'm saying, Pac and everybody, Biggie. Okay. That's the golden era to me. But like I feel like it ain't been nothing. Just my personal opinion. I feel like that's been like the next big thing. Like after that was the next big thing. Like when you had that whole class, that 2010. Even I'm gonna just say 2010. I'll be fair, 2010 through 2012 classes. Like the people from around those groups who were on them covers, like they was really going crazy. Like
so from this era, who do you see going long term?
From this era,
from
like
this
new,
era right now, who gonna make it through?
You know, I don't want to be talking down on nobody. I don't know. Let me think real quick.
Now you gonna talk up on a couple artists.
Yeah, I'm talking up on them. But it's like if I mention one, what I was saying, somebody else is like, oh, that's how I be feeling. Like I'm damn near talking down. But shit, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it clean, all the way clean right now. Gunna was the one.
You think so?
He was the one. He fucked it up. He fucked it up, man.
I was a fan.
How'd he fuck it up? What happened?
We ain't gonna go into it. It's on going cases and shit going on. But he fucked it up. He fucked it up. I was fucking with Gunna hard. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Gunna.
I could definitely see that. I say for me, it was kind of like a race between Lil Baby and Lil Durk.
Oh yeah, I fuck with Durk. That's another. Yeah. I was listening to them niggas like before they was really hot. Like I remember when like each little viral moment and shit. Like I remember where I was at when I first heard 300 and Don't Like and all that shit. I was really fucking with them.
Yeah, I think Durk. I think Durk actually got it. I think his
Durk, but like he's another one. I don't look at Durk like he's a new guy because I know the work he put in to get to where he at. I look at Durk like he one of them. He one of them now. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is looking at him like he knew because they ain't know, but like he one of them. Like.
Yeah, I guess it's perception because it's like how many times are you known?
Of course, Future one of them, but he's a vet.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I don't look at him like
I don't,
it's so many people now that's like it's people that's crossing over into that vet lane. Like even Uzi, he's about to be one more classic album, and Uzi's he's a big dog. Let's be real.
That's my guy.
Uzi is definitely a big dog.
One more. That's what I'm saying. He's a big dog now. But it's like one more classic. Once the new shit drop or whatever, it's gonna be solidified if it isn't already.
Not only has he been around for a while, but he has the hearts of the young people.
Exactly.
And that's really the key right there. If you have the hearts of the young crowd and stuff like that, you can live for a long
for
time.
Sure. Hell yeah.
And I think that's why we still listen to like Drake, Kendrick, Cole. You know,
Drake, I feel like Drake's like in Hall of Fame mode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
he don't got rap. He don't honestly got rap no more.
Yeah, he don't.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's been some discussions about his. You know, we ain't gonna get into that, but you know what I'm saying. You can't take away what's on paper right now.
Yeah, no, it's undeniable at this point. Like if you have something bad to say about Drake, then you kind of
right.
You're a goddamn hater.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Rock with you.
And Push, my nigga, like I fuck with Push. Push done premiere my video and all that shit. That's the OG for real. But I ain't gonna lie, get credit when it's due.
What's the biggest thing that's happened to you in your career?
That probably was one of them. Pusha T co-signing one of my singles. He actually premiered it on his Hero Wave YouTube channel for his label. That was like 2020. So like heat of the pandemic, Pusha T premiered my video, sweet. So it was just like while everybody chilling, like I'm trying to figure shit out, that shit happened. So that felt good. That was definitely one of them moments. Getting in my first magazine, I was in a magazine actually in Japan called Woofin Magazine. It used to be a big print magazine over there some years back, and they had featured one of my projects at the time. It was like the third installment to that Life mixtape I was talking about in the beginning. It was the third installment to that. They featured that. But like, right below me was Mac Miller project Faces.
Oh wow!
So like, that always stuck with me. Like, damn, niggas got me next to Mac. Like, this is how they feeling in Japan. Like, okay,
that's
cool.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? So that and just like, I'm not gonna lie, it's stuff happening. Like, it's like it feel like every year, damn near every month, every week is some new shit. So it's like, it's hard for me to even pull all the moments together because there's so much shit that I'm proud of because I willed so much shit even to this day into having it. So it's just like damn near everything, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't change my story for nothing. So
what would you say is what do you want the most out of this game? What the most out of the music industry? Like
my respect.
Okay.
Because money come and go. They can give me millions and millions of dollars. If I'm not responsible with it, I can fuck it all up.
How do you know when you're respected?
You just know.
Yeah.
When them plaques is on the wall, when you getting them awards and shit like that.
Okay.
And even if you're not always getting awards, just a recognition, just a nod, like we see you. Like, there's a lot of cats out here that ain't never low key. They like might have went gold a few times, got one platinum album, but like you still gotta put respect on their name. Like, nigga, they cultural staples. So it's like, I don't gotta be the biggest face, but as long as you respect my like showmanship and my craft, what I really bring to this shit, that's what really matters to me for real.
Okay. And you know, somebody told us, man, that you actually had the opportunity to perform at South by Southwest, and you was out there? Or?
Yeah, I was. It was cool, man. I got to do 2 shows with the Chop Stars. Shout out OG Ron C. Shout out Michael Watts. He was a part of one of the shows as well. But that shit was lit, man. Yeah. Definitely everybody. Met Erica Banks, sexy ass out there. But that's a different story.
Shout out to Erica
she
Banks,
cool.
Man.
Yeah, it was cool though. The whole week out there was cool. I met Sauce Walker too.
Okay.
Yeah, it was some rad, cool nigga, funny nigga, cool nigga. Yeah, it was lit though, man. It was weird because it was cold as shit. I wasn't expecting all of that.
Yeah,
but
not in Texas.
Yeah,
like,
but I was booked and busy though, so that's what mattered. Got to get shit done out there.
Okay. You are looking to go back next year or?
Shit. If my schedule permits it.
Yeah.
I hopefully shit.
For sure, man. For sure.
I want to.
All right, man. We got a couple of things to get into, man. We're gonna get into these top topics, man. Let's see. Which one you want to start with? The top topic, Jamila?
We can start with the top topic.
Okay. All right. So, our top topic this week is.
What's the worst job you ever had?
Worst job?
Yeah, what was the worst job you ever had?
It's funny because I ain't had but so many jobs. I can count on like one hand how many jobs I had. But the worst, like, yeah, I ain't never been a job nigga. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Yeah.
Like, but nah, the worst though, I worked for waste management. So like, if anybody know, like, I wasn't on the truck, like, where they take all that sticky ass shit to, like the warehouse where niggas gotta recycle and sort through all the crazy sick ass shit y'all throw away.
Yeah, that's what I was working at.
What do you mean? Y'all gotta actually like, what you mean?
It's like we on a conveyor belt and shit is trash is off 12 hours straight being dumped on that bitch, and you gotta go through it and sort, you know, because I mean at the end of the day niggas is throwing crazy shit in the trash, so you gotta sort through shit and separate hazardous shit, make sure it ain't, you know what I'm saying?
So what kind of shit would you consider hazardous that can't?
It could be like shit that's sharp, glass, certain like chemicals, liquids, shit, anything, bro. Like shit that can pollute some water, or just fuck some shit up or fuck somebody up. We had to sort through all of that shit. That shit was crazy. That was like a job for like a 40-year-old nigga. I was like 19 working this shit, cuz. But I heard it. The bread was sweet. All my niggas from around my way was like, "Yeah, bro, we
y'all was getting paid."
Yeah, it was like 5 of my niggas like, "Shit, you know, bro, just got us a job. You might as well fuck with it. We all about to be in there, nigga. Why not?" So it was one of them things like, it was like some 8 Mile shit. We was all up in there like, these niggas got fired though. I was like the last nigga standing. Like, these niggas wanted to go hit some weed on our break. This how fucked up it was. It was like we was going into work like 6 in the morning, leaving like 3 in the morning the next day. That shit was fucked up. Like, it was crazy. No, let me not slice it. It was like 11 in the afternoon and we'd be leaving 3 in the morning type shit. It was still fucked up, but like all day doing that shit. Like, it was crazy.
How long did you stay there?
They gave us 2 breaks, right? Both breaks was 15 minutes.
Right. Oh, they slave job.
Like, yeah, eat your sandwich and get the fuck back in there type shit. Like, you pretty much, you know what I'm saying? So one day these niggas like, man, we about to go to bruh house here to Jay. I'm like, bruh live about 12 minutes from this motherfucker. Like, break gonna be over by the time y'all even roll the fuck, do all that. I like, something told me like I was being responsible that day. I was like, nah, I'm kicking here. When I tell you these niggas was late as hell, like they weren't even back. Like, all right, so they left during the first break. We went back inside. By the time we came out for the second break, these niggas was pulling up. Like, they was going for that long. Like, the manager was a little Spanish nigga. He was sitting out there like, man, what? Ain't see them niggas again at that bitch. I was like, oh, that's crazy.
How long did you work there?
I ain't gonna lie, I quit like a week later. Like, damn, all my niggas gone. And like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm gonna put this shit out there in case this shit is still going on. Y'all might want to sue these niggas, get y'all checked. They used to have us doing crazy shit in this bitch, like waste management, like I said, is recycling plant, whatever, warehouse. They got this big ass machine. It's like a grinder. It like smash all the trash up and shit. They used to have us climbing in that bitch with like scalpels, like cutting shit that would get stuck on that motherfucker, like literally like on some crazy shit, hanging, cutting it, like.
Wow.
And it was like, I used to always think like, a motherfucker can hit a switch right now, we could get grinded the fuck up in this bitch, like.
Yes.
And they got like 4 or 5 of us, like 3 niggas is at the bottom. I'm like, certain niggas is on top scraping shit, like that shit used to be.
Smashed at any minute.
Yeah, so it was one day, I'm 19, so I'm like already like smelling myself, so I'm like, one day I'm in that bitch like, man, fuck this shit, dog. I'm gone, bro. And like one of my other niggas was still there and shit. He like looking at me like, for real? I'm like, yeah, nigga, fuck that shit. Like I was like taking my like equipment off on the belt. Like, yeah, I'm dead ass. Get this nigga my shit, roll out. I got 2 checks out these niggas. I finessed them 2 checks in 2 weeks.
And had to get out of there.
Yeah, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I bought some weed and trapped it out the rest of that summer.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Yeah, flip
what
it, man.
What was your worst job?
Okay. Once upon a time when I was working for Uncle Sam.
Man.
I had this job, man, where I had to go out and interview people, and I had to go to them, and I had to write down notes on everything that they said, reported like, you know, where they're from, all this kind of stuff, and then from that I had to like go home and type everything up on the computer and send it out. Like, I like half of the job, like going out, like getting, like going to see different, you know, buildings and parts of DC and stuff like that. That was pretty cool, getting to meet different people. But the fact that like I would have to report on everything and then type up everything, like I'll be sitting in my room for like 8 hours just typing from my notes, and then if you miss something or you needed more information, you have to call the people. You might have to go back and interview them again.
Wow.
That shit.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
That shit was and the pay was trash. The pay was so trash.
Oh, not
so
the
like,
pay was bad.
Yeah, so it was like there was nothing really motivating you to do it. So
at least that waste management paid good, but it just wasn't worth the shit. Like you lived in that motherfucker. Like if you a 19-year-old home from college or just a 19-year-old cooling it was like that ain't the type of job for you kids. Like,
right.
Follow your dreams before you do that shit. I thought it would be a cool summer job. No, sir.
Yeah. Jamila?
My worst job probably would be... It wasn't really that bad. It was just really my experience. Because I had a million jobs.
Yeah.
I had a million jobs. I worked at McDonald's. It wasn't that bad.
My sister used to work at McDonald's. They
I
fired
like
her ass.
McDonald's, though.
McDonald's is harder than y'all think. Her ass got fired. Her ass got fired quick. I was like, damn.
What was she doing?
You know that McDonald's right on is in Walker Mill, right by the Lucky Star, with a Lucky Star carry out. That the famous BP, the shit that always go viral.
Yeah.
I used to live right over there. Like I ain't
Okay.
gonna lie. So like that McDonald's, she got a little job over there for a little bit. They fired her ass with the quickness.
Yeah.
She burnt the fries and some shit. They was like, yeah, you gotta get the fuck.
Oh, they
like,
were strict. McDonald's was not.
and that was a hood ass
bad.
McDonald's, so I didn't know they etiquette was that serious like that.
I'm surprised the
but they
McDonald's
wasn't
was
playing.
actually there. That joint was like Jot Tuck, like I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
why
like
there.
in the cut you gotta go down the little
Yeah.
dip and it's right there. Yeah, Family Dollar right there. Yeah, that was our little shopping center.
But my worst job, I was an assistant property manager for this apartment complex, and there was another assistant property manager, and then we had one person above us, which was the property manager. And I loved my job. It was actually in an active adult community, so all the people were like 65 and older. I love old people, so the job really was great. But I had this one coworker who used to bother me every single day. She was the other assistant property manager, and she had been there for 10 years, but her ass was 60.
Okay.
And at the time, I probably was like 22.
Okay.
So she thought because she had been there for 10 years that she was my boss, but we shared the same job title.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And I'm here because they just built a new building that has some more technology in it, and I'm young and can walk all 3 buildings.
Right.
Baby, we share the same job title, but she wanted to be my boss so bad. So every single day I had to cuss this white bitch out.
Oh, man.
Every day. I had to cuss her out.
Hey, yo.
She bought me dresses, so she didn't like the way I dressed, right? And you know how I dress at the dealership,
right?
So I dressed like a little bit nicer than I did at the dealership. So we had to dress up or whatever.
Right.
Never dressed inappropriately, did I?
No.
Never.
No, never.
Okay, so I would wear like these cute little pencil skirts and stuff that would come like literally like right here. She bought me dresses from the store. They were so expensive, y'all. They were so old lady-ish. The designs were kind of cute, like the patterns or whatever. But she was like, "Here, I got you something," and brought me like 6 dresses, y'all. They were expensive. That's how OC this lady was, right?
Okay.
I was like, "Thank you." She was like, "Yeah, just thought maybe I could help you out a little bit." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I went, because mind you, the dresses was kind of alright. I took them to go get tailored, right? I took them, got the waist
This is an episode
in.
of white people taking it too far.
Take too
like,
far.
What?
I took them dresses and got them hyped up a little bit. They was so, I came in that bitch styling the motherfucking profile, and that bitch was mad, right?
She was just like, what
She
is
said,
that what about?
"Are those the dresses?" I said, "Yes, thank you so much, Kathy."
Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you so much. I love them. And then one of the dresses, I remember the day that I wore it too. It was like one of those dresses, like when you spin around a little bit, it got like this little, like the air would get up underneath. But oh my god! I said, "Thank you so much."
Hey,
that was like the 1950 joint.
It was so cute though. But it was so cute though. Like once I got it, like I was looking good.
See, we gonna finesse some shit.
Going finesse it. I said, "I got something for Kathy."
Nigga make some high water swaggy shit. Michael Jackson did it.
Right.
But yeah, it was horrible. I used to walk from one building to the other, had to work cell phone. She would see me walking across from one building. She would call me, be like, "What are you doing?" I would go just like this, hang the phone up and keep right on walking. Like, bitch, leave me alone.
Hey,
but it wasn't a bad job. But she used to agitate the shit. I had to quit because of her.
Nah, I don't blame you.
That's crazy, man. Like, it wasn't even the job that was bad. It was just the environment.
Yeah, that's fucked up when it's just the people. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Job was sweet. Job was so sweet. The old people loved me, and then it had like I used to love the job because me and my friends used to come back to the complex when all the old people would go to bed because it had this bomb ass indoor pool and shit, and we would turn that bitch
that shit
up.
sounds crazy.
It was sweet. Imagine y'all come to my job, we want to get lit.
Was this before or after dealership?
This was before the dealership.
Oh shit, I'm about to say that. Yeah.
But after the dealership, I was a little mature then. I would never do that now.
Yeah,
risk my good job, but back then I risk it all.
Nah, shit. When you young, what?
Yeah,
up this motherfucker.
We had a ball.
Yeah, man. I remember a couple of parties that we threw, man. That y'all. Anyway, let's get back to it, man. All right, so I had a question for you, man, and like I said, this is if you don't feel comfortable talking about it, it's cool. We can move on and stuff like that. But I happen to be like on the social media timeline, stuff like that. And I said,
I ain't gonna lie, you might be getting me hip to something. I might not know. I'll be under a rock sometimes.
You know about this one right here, man. So, I was scrolling through the time. I was like, what the heck's going on here? And I seen that.
Man, oh man.
I seen that you had like a little issue with another artist, man. So I don't know if you want to explain like what happened, like for people.
For y'all, I'll explain it. I'll explain a little bit without exposing too many people, man.
Okay.
But basically, shout out my homegirl DJ Nah for real, man. But she just put me onto a little situation. That's all. We dealing with it behind the scenes.
Gotcha.
Oh, y'all still dealing with it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All
but
right,
the artist, it's a mainstream artist. I'll say that. It was some confusion.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. It's all good. All right, so we're gonna get into our top rapid fire questions real quick. You know what I mean? So, starting off, man, what would you say is your top inspiration? It could be a person, something you read, a place. Like, what inspires Bucky Malone?
It's gonna sound childish, but my childhood. You feel me?
Okay.
Like, cause it's like so many pieces from my childhood that's like just like from the nostalgia memories. Like I was telling y'all, like the music I was listening to then, just the lifestyle, the way of life there. Everything was simpler, like playing video games and shit like that. Just like the simple things in life. To be honest with you.
Okay.
Like people might think it's weird, but like one of my processes when I'm working on a project, I literally like I would just sit on the PS2, play a bunch of games and shit.
Okay.
Because like some of the music from them games is like some of them tunes is like inspiring and take me back to a place creatively where it was like, damn, now I want to go record. Like it's just crazy. I might play NBA Street 2 and be like, oh shit, now I want to go record some shit. Or San Andreas, Vice City, like, oh, now I want to hop in the booth. So really just like the shit that make me happy. Like I try to like drive from that. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be shows, movies, activities, stuff like that.
No, that's a great inspiration.
Yeah, that's super dope. Some of the video games, man, like I know some people like they'll sample like the Sonic, like Green.
Oh yeah, I ain't even gonna snitch on myself. I done sampled plenty of video game shit, so I know what you mean. But yeah, for sure.
It's hard, man. Okay, who would you say is your top artist now? Who are you listening to the most besides yourself?
I ain't gonna lie, I've been listening to like only me lately.
That's why I said besides yourself.
Besides myself, that's why he's making it hard.
Yeah.
But besides myself, Freddie Gibbs. I fuck with Freddie Gibbs heavy. And it's crazy, like I was talking about that freshman cover. When that joint came out, he was one of the artists that I wasn't really familiar with like that. So when I seen him, he just had a little look to him. I was like, I want to check his shit out. He like go hard. And like once I peeped this shit back in like 2010, I'm like, oh, this nigga's a monster. Like, you know what I'm saying? I followed his career and watched what he do. You know, I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? He one of them niggas that's like, he not like the hippie, but that nigga's rapping. Like he's staying true to the art form while keeping the shit current. So Freddie Gibbs, my nigga Currency, you know what I'm saying? He's somebody that inspires me a lot to just like stick to my gut, do what I want to do. Cause you know what I'm saying? He's really carved out his own lane since, you know what I'm saying? Even like a lot of people like talk about the like 2010 runs, but shit, he OG. He was on No Limit and Cash Money. Like who you know can say that. So
yeah,
niggas like Freddie Gibbs, Currency. Shit, it's gonna be controversial to say this because they kind of like at odds right now. But I loved when they made music together. Griselda, I fuck with Griselda. Yeah, man.
Okay, I can definitely see where your style coming from.
Yeah, like
I don't want to ride with him.
Like I ain't saying that's all I listen to, but like if we talking about people that's like right now, like consistently dropping shit, I gotta give credit with this dude. Like it's been Freddie, Griselda. It's a lot of people that's like in my head right now. It's not. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. It's like I don't know if niggas hip to him, but my nigga Shawnee Bin Laden from New York, he been going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I can't even call him underground. That nigga lit. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to listen to different shit. Shit that just is a vibe. You know what I'm saying? R.P. Pop Smoke. I was really fucking with Pop Smoke before he passed. I felt like he was gonna be the one. You know, so that shit crazy. But nah, man. Like I said, I feel like a lot of the artists I listen to, they not even like new artists no more. Man, it's crazy. They like transitioning.
Yeah. I'm
trying to think of somebody that's like kind of super new that I really fuck with. Throw some names out there so I can just be like, oh yeah, I fuck with him.
No, man,
I really be under a rock sometimes.
We just want to know who you be listening to. That's all.
I be listening to old shit, y'all. Yeah. She said she don't want to ride with me because she don't know what I'm listening to. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
She listens to a certain bag.
It keep me in that bag. Like I look at like what's out now. These are my competitors. I hate to sound like that, but it's like
no, you gotta be that.
I might don't get me wrong. I'm gonna stumble across this shit in parties in the club, and if it's sounding hot, I'm gonna vibe to it. Like,
right.
But at the same time, I'm not really like that cat that's really like, oh, that new such and such drop. Like
I feel like those days are definitely over. Like I remember, like we used to wait for like
you know, it's too much. It's kind of hard to keep up with now. So I feel like that alone kind of like makes it hard.
Yeah. Only certain artists can.
I fuck with, but it's niggas that like I feel like don't get enough respect that I really fuck with. Like niggas like YG, niggas like
I love YG.
Niggas like Kodak Black, but there's a lot of niggas that be like I don't know, like YG's well respected, but he could be bigger. He said who?
He said
Payroll. Who else? ESTG. He a new cat that I fuck with. You know, there's a lot of niggas out there that's turning.
But going back to YG though, I think that's because we're in the DMV.
Right.
He's a West Coast artist. I know they bumping his shit.
Oh yeah.
I know that they're bumping his shit.
Oh nah, LA like West Coast period. They fuck with they artists.
That's what I was about to say.
Like you know what I'm saying. Even I remember when Blueface had his run. Like they was saying he was the one. Like a lot of niggas be talking this shit about Blueface and shit now because what he got going on, but
He took it too far.
Like when,
he took
word,
it too
not
far.
word.
He took it away from the music, and it's just like, okay, now you just a
bag
reality bitch.
The other bag was heavy.
To each his own, you know, whatever you want to do. But I ain't gonna never take nothing away from him. That nigga had a run. Like I remember, like so many LA rappers was rapping like Blueface. Like when that nigga first hit, like niggas can say he was off beat and shit, but it was like 100 other niggas sounding like Blueface.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, that was his style. That was his lane, man.
I'll say that. I'll give Cali that. They rep from the Bay to Sac to LA. They definitely hold their artists down.
Yeah, for sure. What would you say is your top vacation destination? It could be a place that you already been to, or a place that you want to go to that you haven't been.
I gotta get the UK out the way. I've never been to the UK.
Shout out to London, you know what I mean?
That's late. I'm hella late on that. So
yeah, man.
I think I'm gonna go for my birthday actually.
Okay. So, when's your birthday?
May 18th.
Oh, it's coming up.
Yeah, it's right around the corner. This is damn near less than a month away.
You like the drill sound out there they got going on? That style?
Oh, some of it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of like, I'm partial with the drill shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember I was fucking with Chicago drill when that shit first was heavy. So I was one of them niggas when it was like starting to get regional. I kind of was like, because you know me being a hip hop nigga, I'm like, niggas is running off with they sauce. But I'm not gonna lie, I fuck with a lot of the New York drill shit. It was some London drill that I heard that's like hard, like, you know what I'm saying?
We get into a little bit of it.
Do Skepta count as London drill? I don't really think he counts as London drill, but I like Skepta. Like,
I think they throw him in there. I mean, he's such a big name.
I like Skepta. It's a few other cats. I think for the Canadian drill shit be going crazy.
I didn't know Canadian had a drill.
Bro, listen, in Toronto they be turning up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like they shit is wavy. I fuck with it.
That's interesting. Okay. All right, man. Shout out to the UK, man.
Drill cool though. It's cool. I just like.
It
comes from a real place though, so it's like as hard as it may feel, it might be a vibe. You can't help but think about like the people like who possibly being rapped about and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them things where it's like I ain't trying to preach on some, oh man, it's super peaceful shit, but it's just one of them things like I ain't gonna sit here and act like I don't enjoy it, but it's one of them things where it's like I see what they trying to do with it and I hope it lasts. That's all I can really say. I hope it lasts and it goes as far as it can go because it seems like people trying to put a ceiling on it right now. Yeah. So that's like the downside to it. It's like I fuck with it, but I don't know how long it's gonna be around. It's like it seems like niggas is trying to like tone it down a little bit. So.
Okay. Well, all right, man, Bucky. We really appreciate you for coming through, man. Blessing the podcast, bro.
I appreciate y'all having me, man.
What can we look forward to in the future? What you got going on? Where can the people find you? What should they be listening to from Bucky?
The new mixtape, Polos and 40 Belows, me and my dog, Wi-Fi God, that's out now, all platforms. Y'all can run that up. The Purple album is out now. I got a deluxe edition to the Purple album as well. It's all new songs on that. So run both of those up. The Chop Not Slot version of the Purple album with Slim K and the Chop Stars is out. Y'all can stream that everywhere. But definitely just more videos, more music, more content from every avenue. Just gonna be busy, man. Staying working. I know. I don't know if it's too early or not for me to say this shit, but I know me and DJ Illadel from the Chop Stars, we got the Chop Not Slot version of Polos and 40 Belows dropping soon. So
okay.
Y'all can look out for that. But I got a bunch of shit coming, man.
Little exclusive right there. Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all watch the Lil Baby 2 Zanaya video out now on YouTube. Run that up. Subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get more on my YouTube shit, get my subscribers up. So make sure y'all subscribe.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and do that right now, man, because he's
oh yeah. Nah, what am I talking about? And just subscribe to the channel. First of all, watch everything on that motherfucker. Watch 2345 featuring my nigga Internet James. You know what I'm saying? That shit is like the hot topic right now. So run that up as well. You feel me?
If you guys want to know why we keep looking at it like this, the elusive one is in the back right now.
Yeah, shout out my nigga. Yeah, he keeping me on point. You know what I'm saying?
We got the magician
Make sure
in the back
I don't say
right
no
now,
crazy
man.
shit on here.
He just pops up.
Right, he's like, hey, like, shout out to my man in the back, bro. All right, man. Before we get up out of here, man, I definitely want to play a record from you, man. I'm gonna leave it up to you, but you kind of said the record I wanted to hear. I ain't gonna lie, that was my.
Oh yeah, man. Y'all got to play that Lil Baby 2 Zanaya.
And you
This
said the
my
video,
Wi-Fi guy.
you said the video's out right now?
Yes, sir.
All right, bet. We're going to go ahead and make sure we go ahead and get that spin right now. Let's see here.
Yeah, y'all gotta hit that subscribe button too, man.
Oh yeah, of course, man. Yeah, of course,
You know, man.
And you, what was it called again? Little Baby 2, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. This is Bucky Malone with Lil Baby 2. With Sanaya, produced by Wi-Fi God. Let's get to it, man.
Shout out my boy Rudy P. Shout out Rudy P.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Reactions up next.
Feel like I'm Q off Moesha, whole different creature. Nigga too ratchet to keep her. I know some niggas that's geeking, dying to see her. Swear I just fuck when I meet her. Nigga like me, ran through all of these hoes. The vibes I was always providing. If she fuck with me, she riding. No picking sizing, get it real wet when I slide it. I think I need me a rider, put thick inside her. Ass hella fat like a nine. Baby, just give me a number. Testing, I call you. Skirting that coupe, then we sliding. Little baby know I be told. She said that it's cool. She never been scared of the fire. Little shorty crazy as hell. She might just surprise you. Fuck around and ride your supply. Fuck it, I'm all on my zone. I go take your hoe, little nigga. I'm really a sniper. Man, hoe was choosing, but I ain't paying attention. She's slight, but you really like her. Used to be loving on Gia. She cold as a freezer. Swear she would change up the climate. That was my baby. Swear to God, that was my lady. To this day, she's still the finest. Keeping it P. When I was fucking on P, we was both rolling on Molly. Wait, let me think. When I was fucking on Reed, I couldn't tell anybody. At the same time, I was still fucking with Bree. Nigga had bodies on bodies. At the same time, had a Dominican mommy. Nigga had hotties on hotties. I think I need me a rider. Put thick inside her. Ass hella fat, that's a 9. Baby, just give me a number. Testing, I call you. Skirting that coupe, then we sliding. Little baby know I be told. She said that it's cool. She never been scared of the fire. Little shorty crazy as hell. She might just surprise you. Fuck around and rob your supply. I think I need me a rider. Put thick inside her. Ass hella fat, that's a 9. Baby, just give me a number. Testing, I call you. Skirting that coupe, then we sliding. Little baby know I be told. She said that it's cool. She never been scared of the fire. Little shorty crazy as hell. She might just surprise you. Fuck around and rob your supply. I think I need me a rider. Put thick inside her. Ass hella fat, that's a 9. I think I need me a rider. Put thick inside her. Ass hella fat, that's a 9. I think I need me a rider. Put thick inside her. Ass hella fat, that's a 9. I think I need me a rider. Put thick inside her. Ass hella fat, that's a 9. I think I need me a rider. Put thick inside her. Ass hella fat, that's a 9. Baby, just give me a number. Testing, I call you. Skirting that coupe, then we sliding.
Top.
Whole different creature, nigga like ratchet to keep her. I know some niggas geeking, dying to see her. Swear I just fuck with her. Feel like I'm Q off Moesha, whole different creature, nigga too ratchet to keep. I know some niggas geeking, dying to see her. Swear I just fuck when I meet her. Nigga like me, right through all of these hoes. The vibes always providing. If she fuck with me, she riding. No picking sizing, get it right wet when I slide it. I think I need me a rider, put thick inside her. Ass it up like a 9. Baby, just give me a number. Testing, I call you. Skirting that coupe, then we slip. Baby, know I always hold. She said that it's cool. She never been scared of the fire. Little shorty crazy, she might just surprise you. Fuck around and ride just a plug. Fuck it, I'm all on my zone. I go take your hoe, little nigga. Really a sniper. Man, her was choosing, but I ain't paying attention. She slight, you really like her. Used to be loving on Gia. She cold as a freezer. Swear they change up the climate. That was my baby. That was my lady. To this day, she's still the finest. Keeping it P. When I was fucking on P, we was both rolling on Molly. Wait, let me think. When I was fucking on Reed, I couldn't tell anybody. Keeping it P. When I was fucking P, we was both rolling on Molly. Wait, let me think. When I was fucking on Reed, I couldn't tell anybody. Keeping it P. When I was fucking on P, rolling on Molly. Wait, let me think. When I was fucking on Reed, I couldn't tell anybody. Keeping it P. When I was fucking on P, we was rolling on Molly. Wait, let me think. When I was fucking on Reed, I couldn't tell anybody.
All right, guys, that was Bucky Malone with Lil Baby 2, Zanaya. That's my favorite
That was
record.
fire. I like that a lot.
Thank you. That's probably one of my favorite songs now too. Honestly,
No, that don't.
I always drop a song that's like, oh, it's my favorite, and something else come out. Like, oh, nah, this is my favorite. I think this one right now got the title.
What inspired you to go with the chopped and screw towards the end?
That's kind of like my signature. Like, I've been doing that for a while now, since like 2020, like 2010, 2011 type shit. Like, that's always been. I've been inspired by the H. You know what I'm saying? And one of my main influences, probably since day one, had to be like, I want to say shit, Mike Jones, Bob Wall, Lil Flip. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even before that, like, I really I was fucking with the Ghetto Boys. Like, I really remember bumping the Ghetto Boys. Like, Mom playing tricks on me. All that was my shit. DJ Screw, all of that. So like, Houston has definitely been a huge influence on my sound and how I approach shit as well.
Shout out H-Town, man. You know I love it down there. I love it down there, man. To me, they have a good time.
But it's like,
I had a good time.
ever since I've been
had
rapping,
the best time.
I've always tried to incorporate Houston in my shit, because it's like the first ever instrumental I may have even tried to rap on was probably Still Tipping.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's dope.
It's like, I always try to pay homage, because it's like, yeah, they always been on their own shit. If you pay attention to Houston was like, I feel like they was the first wave of like self-made millionaires. Like, it was niggas in Houston getting bread. Y'all probably was like, who the fuck is this nigga? That nigga was a god in Houston. Nigga getting whatever he wanted for a show. And that was the first region I seen doing it like that. Like, nigga, we don't gotta go to New York. We don't gotta fuck with none of y'all. We right here, going crazy, selling out shows, popping trunks, all that.
Yeah. At one point, I mean, eventually, man, they had to pull people down there, you know what I mean? Like, UGK was going crazy. You got Jay-Z hopping on Big Pippin and stuff like that. You got Outkast hopping on the jump. So it's like, yeah, man, like, Houston has a really dope style, has an amazing contribution to hip-hop in general, man. So shout out to H-Town.
Definitely.
All right, guys, we appreciate you guys so much for tuning in to another episode. Make sure you guys check out my man, Bucky Malone. Make sure you follow him on all social media platforms. Is that
sir.
Bucky Malone?
Yeah, Bucky Malone 703, and that's on everything on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, music, and all of that. Yeah. Bucky Malone 703, BUCKYMALONE 703.
Bet. All right, man. So we about to go ahead and get into Top or Not in a second, guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and we'll be right back. And once again, thank you to our special guest, Bucky, for coming out. Give another round of applause.
Thank y'all for having me, man. Real talk.
All right, guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The Jada laugh.
Hill, top, hill no. Top, hill,